is Branch Warren at Metroflex Gym with Team MD. We're training back today, 6 weeks after the mission Olympia. Just give you a little update on my progress. Like I said in a previous interview, very happy with my conditioning. No injuries to speak of. A little ahead of schedule from where I was at this time last year when I was preparing for the Olympia. We know me and George decided we're doing basically the exact same thing we did last year for the Olympia. And you always do what you did, you always get what you got, right? So, I was very pleased with the condition and overall package last year. And, I'll be a couple pounds heavier, I'm sure, at this Olympia with another year of training under my belt. And I really focus on the back and arms to bring them up. And so far, so good. I get a lot of questions about my nutrition and, what I eat, what I do. And, when I was very young, I used to weigh every single thing I put in my body when I trained for a competition. Over the years, I kind of got away from that because, I guess you just you start eyeballing it. You say, that's, about 10 ounces, 12 ounces or whatever. But, you're not exact, if you're not weighing it. So what I've done the past 2 or 3 years since I worked with George is, he said, hey, he goes, you need to weigh this and be exact about it. I was like, you know what? I agree with you. You're right. And so for the past couple of years, every single thing I put in my body, I weigh. If he says eat 10 ounces, I eat 10 ounces. If he says eat, 2 cups of rice, it's 2 cups of rice, no more, no less. And, that's very important for me because, the way we do things, you're controlling the exact amount of calories going in and out of your body and carbs and protein. Therefore, if you make an adjustment, you get immediate results. He can make just a small adjustment in my caloric intake, and, within a day or two, we see results. So, I'm in total control of my nutrition, and consequently, I'm in control of how I look.
Yeah! So am I! Fucking work! Yeah! You better fucking work! Yeah! Hey! Come on! Hey, motherfucker! None matters! Okay? Come on!
There's a lot of different techniques for getting ready. That last week, I like to be ready about a week out. The Saturday before the show, I'll look pretty much the way I do on stage. Mine is maybe 2 to 3 pounds of water. I don't carb deplete. I don't really carb up much. I don't mess with my sodium. We made that mistake at the Arnold. Last year at the Olympia, we didn't do anything, really, to tell you the truth. I was ready for the show, so I just coasted into the show, and I was ready to rock and roll. So, some people cut the water out a day or two ahead of time. I don't do that. I cut it back on, the Olympia prejudging is Friday night, so, Friday morning I'll cut it back. But, basically I don't do anything extreme because, I found over the years from trial and error, you take extreme measures and drastic measures. Usually sometimes you hit it right, your body reacts good, sometimes not so good. And, with me and my physique, I've learned over the years, if I'm not 100%, I usually get hammered. Some guys might lose a place or two. They'll hammer me 5 or 6 places. So, I don't take those chances anymore. I do my homework. And so when it's time to play the game, then I'm ready. And haven't done any hunting basically for the past 4 or 5 months, almost 6 months actually. Pretty much just entirely focused on training, man. This whole entire year since the Arnold, I don't think I've gone on any hunting trips to tell you the truth. After the Arnold, I'm gonna take a break. Me and Trish are going to Wyoming. We've got a friend up there and got a cabin in the mountains, and we'll relax, do a little hunting. I've got another trip to Nebraska, and then I think I'm going to Kentucky also to go hunting. And then I'll be back home, back to the grind. So we're on the subject of hunting. So I guess last year my wife was on a plane coming back from somewhere, and she was sitting up in business class, and a guy sitting next to her, she was looking at the latest issue of MD, and I was on the cover. And he goes, wow, that guy's huge. And she goes, oh, that's my husband. And he's like, no way. And so they struck up a conversation, and she said, he asked her what we like to do for fun, and she said, my husband's an avid hunter. He loves to hunt. And she goes, we both like to do outdoor things, go hiking and fishing and camping, things like that. And he's like, no way. And so they kept talking. And he said, well, I'm Ted Nugent's agent. And she goes, would y'all be interested in being on the show? And she's like, yeah, I'm sure my husband would love to. So she got home and told me about it. And so we contacted the guy. He gave us his contact info. And everything was going pretty good until it got down to what the premise of the show is about. And so basically they wanted us, me and her in the woods to survive for like 5 days in the woods. And they wanted my wife like in a bikini running through the woods. So needless to say, I got a little pissed. I was like, you know, you're not going to make my wife look like that dude. First of all, she ain't going to do it. Number two, I'm not going to do it. And because if you try it, I'll end up shooting all of you in the woods anyway. So it won't be good. So needless to say, we didn't make it on the show.
Good. Fucking right way. Ain't nobody big enough. Ain't nobody bad enough. Let's go. Your time. All out, baby. Fucking go. Yep.
You can always go to my website, www.thebranchwarren.com. I've got some new clothing on my website. I also do an online training now. You just contact me through my website and discuss contest prep packages, off-season packages, and you know, nutritional counseling, all those kind of things. Got a lot of new products on there, pictures, DVDs, T-shirts. I've got weightlifting belts, lifting straps, wraps, pretty much anything you need to work out you can get from my website, or if you just want to drop me a message, I appreciate that too. I get so many emails. I don't get back to everybody, but I do my best to answer quite a few. Well, this is probably the last update until about 2 weeks out. I think Robbie's going to come back down to Texas, and we'll have another update when I'm about 2 weeks out from the Olympia. I should be pretty much in shape by then. I want to say thank you to my sponsors, especially Steve Blakeman with MD for his support over the past 9 years. Muscle Tech, and of course Gas. Without them, all this wouldn't be possible. Train hard. God bless you.